What does the NParks officer say when somebody asks if he's an arborist? Arbor then? That doesn't sound like a very sincere laugh. Hi Jia Hwa, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. So what is a streetscape?
So streetscape is basically the maintenance of the roadside greenery, where we do things like conduct tree inspection, carry out tree planting, grass cutting, and maintenance of the flower beds.
That sounds like a lot of work. So, I mean, because Singapore is a tropical island, I think a lot of people think that, we're naturally green, but is that really the case? Is there a lot of work to be done?
Yep, that is a lot of work to be done. A lot of trees are actually intentionally planted along the roadside, in the parks, or even in the state land.
Why is it important for Singapore to have urban greenery?
Urban greenery brings about many benefits to people. Things like environmental, aesthetic, psychological and social benefits. They also absorb the air pollutants, provide us with clean air, provide us with shade, which reduces the ambient and surface temperature. Urban greenery also provide food and shelter for the wildlife. And the tree root system itself also intercept great amounts of storm water and clean the water that flows into our waterways. Urban greenery also add a natural character to the place, with their different shades of green, flowers and colour foliage, which further enhances the aesthetics of our living spaces. And I think one thing that a lot of people may not realise is urban greenery also helps to reduce our stress level, improve our mental well-being and higher life satisfaction.
Working in urban greenery, does it reduce your stress levels? I'll take that as a no. You enjoy your job.
Yeah, definitely. If not, I wouldn't be here for 20 years.
20 years? That's incredible. I mean, it sounds like you definitely have to make a lot of different decisions when it comes to urban greenery. Obviously, you are thinking about all the different types of areas, even the really tiny areas where you can plant trees. Do you plant them where there's very little footfall and nobody to see them?
Yes, even in areas with low human traffic, there may still be a significant number of trees. So a very good example would be the industrial estates in Singapore, where these areas are among the hottest in Singapore. These places are also intensified with greenery to cool down the industrial estate, provide clean air, beautify the surrounding, and provide a respite to the staff and employees working there. After all, Singapore is a small city-state with limited land space. So it is important that we maximize every green spaces.
Are there any experts or specialists that you work with, that you consult with when it comes to deciding what species to plant, where to plant?
So if I just give an example, the new roads that are built by the Land Transport Authority, once they hand over the road to us, we are in charge of beautifying the streetscape. And NParks will be the one to decide what are the trees to plant. Sometimes I will work with my landscape architect. We'll actually come up with an artist's impression first. We will then work with our horticulture and arboriculture contractors, who are the one who will procure the plants and the trees from the nurseries, which could be local nurseries or even from the Malaysian nurseries.
Who's the one who decides on which species to plant?
It's NParks. Most of us are actually arborists and horticulturists. So arborist is a tree care practitioner, tree doctor, so to speak. So we will know how the tree will look like when it matures. But of course, sometimes we also consult the contractor. It's like a partnership. We'll bounce off ideas between each other. Then after that, when they bring in the trees, then they will already mark out where are the trees already to be planted.
What do you think is the future for urban tree planting and urban streetscape?
I think one of my main tasks is to groom the next generation of arborists because we need to ensure that there is a continuous succession. I won't be here forever. So it's important that my new staff, they are also fully equipped with the knowledge and the expertise to sustain our city in nature vision.
And of course, educating the public as well to value the greenery around us.
Yes, you're right, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Joe.
I've learned so much from you today, Jia Hwa.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have a favourite tree?
Actually, not really. Okay, that's because I firmly believe that all trees are good.
That's a very politically correct answer. So none of the trees will be jealous.